Hey everybody, it's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean. I'm getting ready to guide you through today's Tabata HIIT circuit. I recommend that you grab at least one medium to slightly heavy weight for you. We're going to use that weight for some overhead presses. And if you want, bring more than one weight. I put the motions that we're going to be doing in the description so you can be prepared. And that way, also, if you want to hold some weights while we're doing our side to side squats, you can. If you worked out with me before, you know I don't normally wear shoes, but somebody's best friend beat on the rug right before class. So, yes, I cleaned it up. Um, but as delightful as it is to step on a slightly moist spot, I'm just going to put some shoes on. And then we don't have to worry about it. Can't wait to do laundry after class. All right, let's just make sure everything is streaming okay over here. And we'll get right into our warm up. We're doing true Tabata time today. So that means 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 8 rounds. And we're not going to use our mats. Oops, I can only pull up from this side. Into the workout. So perhaps you could move your mat out of the way to give yourself some extra space. And then let's start with a march or a jog. Awesome. Join me in your march or jog. You can stay in one place if you don't have a lot of space or if for some reason you don't want to get your heart rate up. But if you do want to get your heart rate up, let's make use of the space that we have. So either like really intentionally marching and using your arms and going forwards and backwards, or if it feels okay, picking up that intensity, lifting up your knees and creating a jog. Let's keep this up for 15 more seconds. Have some fun with it. Maybe going in some diagonals. Awesome. Come on back to the center again. And this time we're going to step out to the side and in. So out, out, in, in. You can start really slow like this, or you can start to pick up the pace. So maybe you're moving back to those fast feet. We're going to get just a couple more seconds with whichever leg you started leading. Keep it up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your march. Do you remember which leg you were just leading with for your out, out, in? We're going to start with the other leg right now. So going out, out, in. Same thing you were just doing, just making sure that we're keeping the body even. And if you want to speed it up, you can. So finding that out, out, in. One more time. Just a couple more seconds. Do you already feel like you're starting to get a little bit warm, starting to feel a little bit more loose? I hope so. Let's get a nice little knee drive. So back to that marching motion, but more with that. What's happening over there, buddy? Big knee lift. And can you turn it into a little cross body crunch? So maybe even keeping your elbows in line or close to in line with your shoulders and just practicing shifting the weight a little bit left and right. Let's get 4 more on each side. 3, 2, 1. Now just kick it forward for me. Maybe you're kicking nice and low. Or maybe you're feeling good today and kicking a little high. 8 more. 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. Awesome. Just go ahead, shake those legs out. Go ahead, bring your feet in about hips width distance apart. Take a bend in your knees, weight in your heels. Inhale your arms all the way up and overhead, and exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Let's take 2 more big breaths like that. Bend your knees, weight in your heels. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms come down. One more time, bend your knees. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, arms down. Awesome. Back to your march. Great. So you're feeling a little bit more warm. We got a big movement and some breaths into our upper body. Today's workout, as I'm sure you noticed, has a lot of lower body focus. So we are going to use those shoulders a bit for our second move. Our first move of the day is going to be some step out and in lunges. Sorry, squats. Oh, words. All right. So we're going to start this move in a squat. Weight is in your heels. So you have the weight in your heels like you're sitting for a chair behind you, as opposed to weight in your toes where your knees come forward. So we're going to sit in that chair like we're really reaching for the chair. You're going to step out. And as you step out, sit in the chair lower. As you step in, sit in the chair again. Your goal is to keep your hips as low as you can, but you're going to take that extra little sit each time you step out and in, and then option to either press up on your toes or find a hop, and then you'll get low. Squat, squat, stand. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Begin. So we're stepping out to a squat, stepping into a narrow squat, and then up onto the balls of the feet, lower down, squat, squat, lift up. You see how low I'm trying to keep my hips the whole time. So even as I step out into that squat, hips are staying down, and then come back up. 10-second rest. All right, you can go as slow as you need to. If you feel good about the move, maybe you pick up the pace right now. So squat, squat, hop or step, squat, squat. What I want you to try to avoid doing is standing all the way up and stepping out and then back in. But if that's where you need to be today, take a break. Then that's where you can be today. But if you can, keep the weight in your heels, keep that slight bend in your knees, stay in the squat. Let's get round 3. So squat, step out, step in, hop or step up, out, in. You don't have to get this hop. I know we've been starting each round, or at least I have, stepping out with the same leg. Take a break. I'm going to lead with that same leg one more time, and then switch to lead with the opposite just to stay even. 3, 2, here's our halfway. So stepping out, stepping in, hop. Still really trying to keep my chest lifted too. I know there's a hinge from the hips, and belly is going to come a little towards the thighs. But we're trying not to collapse all the way down towards the floor. So keep that weight in your heels, keep that little lift. Take a break. Ooh, I bet you're starting to get a little sweat. I know I am. Other leg leads. Here we go. So step out, in, up, and then other side still out, in, up. Are you getting that extra little squat? Out and squat, in and squat, up. And I'm slowing down a little because I'm leading with the opposite side. Take a break. And both sides of the body aren't the same. I know I'm having some trouble with my left hip, so I just want to be mindful. Let's go again. Find your squat. Out, in, up, carefully down. Make sure each time you find that deeper squat that you are bringing the weight back to your heels. You're really shifting your hips back, reaching for that chair. Take a break. We got 2 more times. 2 more times. Then we get to switch up the move. 3, 2, let's get it. I am already thinking about the delightful shower that I'm going to take after this class. A nice cold shower. It is November, but it is quite warm outside. Take a break. It is incredibly hot in here right now. So if you're like, why is she sweating so much? It's because it's 70 degrees and the heat is on and I can't entirely turn it off. And it is what it is. We're just going to laugh about it and get in these side to side squats. Optional hop. Last round. Stick with me. We got lunges coming up next. Yay! Oh, if you're as hot as I am, grab a quick sip of water. That's the sound of success. And grab whatever your medium weight is for today. Remember, as always, if you need to, you can put your weight down. Okay, we're going to start with the weight by our chest. Oh, actually, we can start right here with the weight a little bit lower, close to the ribs. We're going to go for a forward and a backward lunge. So you're going to step forward into your lunge. I just remembered how much my hip hurts, or maybe your modified lunge is, yep. And whichever leg you have in front, you're going to rotate towards it. Then you're going to engage your belly, step yourself back, come into your back lunge, whichever leg is in front, rotate towards it. You're going to stick with one leg for the whole 20 seconds. We'll switch each time because I'm a nice lady. All right, we start in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So weight right at your chest. You're going to step forward into your lunge and rotate in the direction of whichever leg you have towards the front. And then you're going to step that leg back into a lunge and rotate in the opposite direction. Now, as you step forward and back, think about squeezing your inner thighs towards each other. Take a break. Like imagine like you're holding a piece of paper there, and even as you step out, you still want to try and hold that paper there. Other leg leads. Let's go. So forward, rotate towards that leg, step it back in, and towards the back. And if you're like me and you're really challenged in your space, maybe you can't take a super large lunge, and that's okay. Take a break. All right, next up, we're going to stick with one side. We're going to stick with one side for 2 rounds. So back to your original side, begin. So still stepping forward, finding that rotation. And the idea is we're going to stick with this side because I want you to get a little bit of muscle memory here so that maybe you can step forward and back without putting your foot down on the floor. So take a break. Can you really work your core to keep one leg stable on the ground without bringing your foot back in? Try it here. Step forward, same leg, rotate towards the front leg, back knees coming towards the floor. Oh, I couldn't do it that time. I find that forward lunge and coming out of it to be so much harder than that back lunge. That's also why, take a break, why we're doing it. All right, we're going to switch to the other leg for 2 times. Other leg moves right now. Remember, you're twisting towards whichever leg you have towards the front. And you're still thinking about keeping those inner thighs squeezed in. Oops. Ooh. Towards each other. Find one spot to keep your eyes focused. That's going to help you with your balance here. Take a break. All right. Challenge yourself. Can you eliminate stepping your foot down in between? Same leg that just moved. Here we go. Even if you can't get it in both directions, maybe you can eliminate that tap through. Oh my gosh. Ugh, in just one. Take a break. And also, as you put that foot down, how quietly are you putting it down? We don't want to slam and upset our downstairs neighbors, do we? Back to the original leg. Last time through on each leg, just getting one time on each side again. And then I believe we get to be down on the floor for a round. Take a break. Don't worry, we're still going to come back to do one more set of lunges. But we'll focus on a little bit of shoulders first. Last time, other side. Let's do it. Like I said, I'm having some weird goings on with my left leg today. Also, bump it up, self-pride. I already did a nice long hour workout this morning. All right, take a break. Make your way down to your mat. You need 0 props. Things gonna get sweaty. All right. If you're like me and your mat space is like slipperier than slippery, maybe bring a towel for your forearms. Safety second. That's what I like to say. All right. We're getting down towards the floor. We've got a combo move. We're going to do it as a combo. We're going to break it down and do each move individually. So the whole move is being in a forearm plank. Hips are going to be down. You're going to shift forward and shift back into a saw, and then knees walk forward into bear, and then knees walk back, bring hips back down, saw, and then bear. Let's get started. We'll do that full move or do the best that you can do. If you need to do it with knees down the whole time, but then you still walk your knees into hover, that's an option. All right, in 3, 2, 1. First round, full saw bear move. So you're shifting forwards and back, and then you're walking your feet in, knees are hovering, and then you're walking yourself back. However, maybe you're on your knees and you're still shifting forward and back, and then you can step forward, maybe just working to step forward, find that draw through your core, and then forward and back. Awesome. Take a break. Next up, we're going to do just bear. You can even come onto your straight arms if you want. Let's begin. So step your feet in, hover, step your feet out, plank. If you need more of a modification, you're stepping one leg out and then lifting up to try and hover just one leg at a time. Or maybe you're keeping your feet on the ground, but you're still, take a break, finding that shift of the legs. Next up, we're going to get just the saw. So back to the forearms on your knees if you need to, a little forward and back. Let's do it. Hips down, forward, press onto your toes, back, heels stack on top of the balls of the feet. Press forward, noses on top of hands, press back, noses not on top of hands. Okay, you got it. Take a break. Whoa. All right, we're back into just the bear. Begin. So walk those knees into hover. Walk those legs out. Make sure hips come back down. Hands, palms, or your elbows are right under your shoulders. I'm sweating too. Do not worry. We've got just a couple seconds left. Take a break. Okay, next up, we'll do just the saw, and then we'll put it together 2 times for the last round. 3, 2, just the saw. So shifting forward and shifting back. Keep your rib cage knit in nice and tight. Or if you need to bring your knees to the floor, you can still work to maybe get a little bit more child's pose even, especially while you're starting to get tired. Take a break. All right. We're going to put it together 2 times, 20 seconds each. Here's the first one. Let's do it. So saw, walk into bear. Make sure you bring those hips back down into your plank. Saw. Can you lead with the other leg on your bear? Bring those hips back down. Saw. Guess what? Take a break. One more time through. One more time through. When we get to stand up, 3, 2, 1. Begin. Saw. There. How close are your knees as they step forward? You want them to be as close as possible, and then shift your hips back down. Find that good plank. You made it. Woo. Towel down, everyone. Towel down. We're going to stand back up. Wait a minute. Did I mess around? I did. Let's do it one more time. One more time. Oh my gosh. Sorry. We're going to keep going for a couple extra seconds because I shorted you 5 seconds before. All right, now we made it. Take a break. Take a break. Oh, did you like that extra towel down? You're so welcome. Counting and exercising at the same time are hard. Okay, we're going to stand back up. We're going to come on back to this little sweat station we created. We got a big, oops, sorry about my glutes. We got a big move coming up. So I'm going to move my mat to the side again. Grab a sip of water. Great. Back to your medium to heavy weight. We're almost done, everybody. Last 2 rounds. Okay. The weight is going to start right here at your chest. You're going to press it up overhead as you step back into either a back lunge or just step back. Then you're going to bring it to your chest as you come into a curtsey lunge. You're going to bring it back up over your head as you come back into your back lunge, and then knee drive with rotation. So we practiced before trying to not put that foot back down on the floor. We're bringing that into practice again. But if you need to put your foot back down on the floor before you find your knee drive and rotate, that's okay. Or even if you need to have your foot down so you can find this big rotation and then come back into your back lunge, curtsy lunge. Let's just do 4 times a row on each side. I know it sounds awful, but the whole point here is that we are exhausting a muscle group. And honestly, we're only working it for a little bit more than a minute. To be honest, we're working it for a minute and 20 seconds with breaks. All right, first one starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. So weight comes up overhead press back lunge, curtsy lunge at your chest, overhead press back lunge, knee drive, wood chopper twist. Back to overhead, step back, curtsy, overhead, twist. Yes, I am moving a little bit slower on that twist. Gotta be moving smarter. Also, as mentioned, having some issues with my left hip. Take a break. And you're just making this move what works for you today. Maybe you're bringing your back knee much closer to the floor and moving a little slower. Let's go again. Right timer. Oh, I set the wrong timer. We're just going to do this one twice. Okay, so we got that. Whoop, back lunge, curtsy lunge, back lunge, knee drive. I accidentally started the 40-second timer, but the good news is that gives us a whopping 20 seconds of rest. And we only have to do this 2 times through on each side. So I want you to challenge yourself to work a little bit deeper on this second round. This is your last round on this side. Oh, take a break. Wow, were you able to get that knee closer to the floor? I feel that in the side of the glutes. Do you? All right, switch into the opposite leg. Last two 20-second rounds. Here we go. Maybe start slow. So you got your overhead press, step back. Oh my gosh. Curtsy lunge weight at your chest, overhead press, knee drive with your wood chopper. Back to arms up, curtsy, arms up. Use that exhale as you twist. Awesome. Once you start to feel a little bit more in control, keep thinking about good form, not just swinging the weight around, not just swinging your weight around either. You can maybe move a little faster, or maybe you go a little bit deeper. Take a break. One more time through. And we got one more round of moves. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. I don't. Yeah, this leg. I mean, the good part about the fact that, yeah, I exercised this morning was that I did it at 7 a.m. Had to get up real early. Thought it was a great way to try and get over daylight savings time because exercise is a great way to help yourself recover. We did it. All right, let's make it to the floor. We're going to stick with this 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off timer. As we get down to the mat, you're going to come into your side plank. You've got 10 seconds to get there. It can be as modified as you want. I'm going to bring my top leg forward. Oh, timer started. Awesome. Let's take our first 20 seconds just static in this side plank. So really lifting your hip up as much as you can. Elbow, or maybe if you want with a straight arm, is close to being under your shoulder, not too far forward. Okay, we're going to find some rotation now. So rotating through, and inhale, lift yourself back up. Just taking a little threading of the needle. If you need to, you can always bring that knee down towards the floor. Having this, take a break. Top leg forward just makes it a little bit easier. We're going to stick with this same side. Next up, we're going to press ourselves up and go for a little elbow to knee crunch for the first 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to stay down here on the floor because I know I just need to move really slow. Be mindful of the pain that I'm feeling in my hip. But if you're not feeling pain, which hopefully you're not, you can go a little bit faster. You can stay pressed up into that side plank. Otherwise, we're coming back into just a static side plank. Find it again. Final 10 seconds right here. So a little bit of movement, a little bit of distraction, a little bit of focused, engaged, hard work. Release. Awesome. We're switching to the opposite side. Starting off with your static side plank. One more time. So we'll get that static side plank and into our rotation. 3, 2, 1. Just hold it. Remember, both sides of the body are not the same, so do whatever feels right on this side. If you don't need this modification of your foot in front of you, you can stack both of your feet either on top of each other or stagger your feet. I like the support of this lifted leg. Okay, find that rotation. Halfway through. Just threading the needle. Almost there. Great. Release. You know what's coming up next. We're going to find that crunch, and then we're going to find our static hold one more time. Now we got a quick stretch. And we're done. What a bummer. In 3, 2, 1. Great. So elbow to knee crunch. Still just being mindful. I'm keeping my hip down, but remember you can press up onto your knee. You can have this other leg extended into your long side plank as well. You're doing what feels right for your body today. Static plank in 3, 2, 1. Find it. Last move of the day. Last 20 seconds of work. Great. Go ahead, roll yourself over. Come on into tabletop. Give yourself a couple of cat cows over here. We're just going to let that keep beeping. Just a couple more breaths here in your cat cows. And we'll take a nice stretch into our shoulders, into our low backs. So start to open your knees a little bit wider, sink your glutes towards your heels, walk your hands forward, and release your forehead down towards your mat for some child's pose. You can have your arms extended as far forward as feels good for you. You want a little extra activation in your shoulders. Press the pads of the fingers down into the floor. You want a little bit less. Generously bend your elbows, or maybe even reach your hands all the way back towards your heels and just allow your shoulders to open and relax on the floor. We're here for just 20 seconds. So enjoy your breath. Every exhale, can your glutes sink a little closer to your heels? Having your head below your heart is going to help to slow your heart rate down, to make you feel relaxed. Walk your hands back in line with your chest. Press yourself up into tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips up towards the ceiling. You can have a generous bend in your knees. Take a big pedal through your heels. In down dog, big stretches into the back sides of the legs. We definitely worked those hamstrings a bit today. Walk your hands in towards your feet. Take a generous dangle. Bend one knee and then the other. Shift your hips a little bit right and left. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And then slowly roll yourself all the way up. Since we did a couple lunges, I'm going to encourage you to stay for an extra second. Let's take a big stretch into our quads too. If you need to hold on to something, you're more than welcome to, and then grab hold of whichever foot you would like to start with. Bring your two knees in one line. Notice if you're shifting your hips a lot. So really stand tall on your grounded leg. Try to get your two hips in one line, two knees in one line for a little extra stretch in your quad and into your hip. You can also take that knee and gently pull it back by squeezing the glute, not just pulling the knee back. I'm engaging the glute to make it happen. One more big inhale. And on your exhale, carefully release. Let's get the other side. So just grab and hold of that foot, starting with your two knees in one line, standing tall and proud, two hips in one line, working to squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other. If you want more in your quad, squeezing your glute, you start to bring that knee back, point your knee down towards the floor. One more big inhale. And then your exhale, release. Feet hips width distance apart. Bend your knees. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Look up, push your hips forward a little bit. Lift your chest. Bring your chin back down to neutral. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Awesome! We're so strong, y'all. So proud of you. Thank you for sticking around for an extra second so we can get in the ultimate stretch. So we'll feel good tomorrow. Attend another class. Be our best selves. Till Wednesday, everybody. Actually, I'll be home streaming Alex's class tomorrow. So see you on Tuesday. Till then.